Hey, I'm Mike Shields, the political director at the NRCC. I'm here to talk on my weekly townhall.com column about the Democrat convention and specifically about House Democrats who are avoiding the Democrat convention. It's one thing for them to not want to campaign with President Obama. It's almost comical now, the excuses that some of these members are giving as they're completely avoiding the convention altogether because they don't want to be seen with him. And who can blame them? Disastrous economic policies of the president, over 8% unemployment across the country. I understand why they don't want to be around him, but what's really funny are the members in North Carolina who are going out of their way to avoid being at the convention in their own state with President Obama and sort of coming up with lame excuses that they're just going to be off campaigning somewhere as if they're unaware that there's this massive convention going on in their state with every other Democrat in their party there, and they're just going to be too busy. So we're going to talk about that a little bit today. Specifically, two members in North Carolina, Larry Kissel and in North Carolina's 8th District, and Mike McIntyre in North Carolina's 7th District. And we know why they're avoiding being at the convention with President Obama, because they voted with him. They have a record that matches President Obama. They've been huge supporters of the president's agenda. Starting with McIntyre, he voted for President Obama's stimulus. This was supposed to be the signature economic bill that was going to put America back to work. It failed miserably. It spent $1 trillion of U.S. taxpayer money, skyrocketed the debt, and at the end of it, North Carolina has a 9.4% unemployment rate as it stands today, which is the 4th worst in the country. It's been an absolute miserable failure, and so and McIntyre's voted with the president 82% of the time. And so I understand why he doesn't want to go and be associated with the president, but it's absurd to think that he's going to be off campaigning somewhere in Wilmington and he can't quite get over to Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte to hang out with the president. But we all know he's a politician. He's going to be wishy-washy in a lot of these things. He won't even say he's voting for the president, even though we know he has. He's voted with the president 82% of the time where it matters on the floor of the House of Representatives. And then Larry Kissel, this one's even more absurd. Larry Kissel will have to actively avoid going to the convention. If he takes a wrong turn in his district, he might accidentally wind up at the convention. So he's going to have to be sort of driving around his district, going in the other direction to avoid being there by accident. Larry Kissel's voted with the president 89% of the time. He also voted for the stimulus. He voted for Obamacare, $500 billion cut in Medicare benefits, a massive tax increase we now know from the Supreme Court, the largest tax increase in history, an unelected board of bureaucrats that will get between seniors and their doctor. So we understand why Larry Kissel also doesn't want to go hang out with the president at the convention, but he voted with the president even more than McIntyre did. 89% of the time he has supported the president. So these Democrats can avoid going to the convention. They can try and pretend that they are not helping President Obama, but we all know what the truth is. The NRCC will hold them accountable and will make sure everybody knows that they've actually been supporting the president the whole time.